Hear me okay? This is just a quick little reset. If you feel like you've been spending a lot of time up here in your mind, maybe your mind feels a little like on fire. This is a chance for us to really get into the body, all right? So we will start by standing, feet are about hip width apart, and I'd like for you to just start to lift and lower the toes a few times, okay? So often when we spend a lot of time kind of up in the mind, doing tasking, emailing, to-do listing, that kind of a thing, it can feel like all of the energy is kind of up here, right? And what we're kind of wanting to practice, and it doesn't even need to take like an hour and a half, it can be like 10 minutes of just really bringing some more awareness into the body before we jump back into doing some of those tasks that need to get done, all right? So just lifting and lowering the toes a few times, lifting and spreading the toes out really wide, making sure that we have a nice gentle bend to the knees. This is really just for us to just start to focus down in on the feet as we lift and lower the toes. Lift and lower the toes. Let's see if we can hold the toes all the way up, spread them really wide. See if you can just press the big thumb toes down and up. And anytime I bring this into a space and people have never done this before, I get the dirtiest looks. Just because you might not be able to right now isolate the muscles of your feet doesn't mean that with some practice you will be able to, okay? So just lifting and lowering the toes and then trying to just press the big thumb toes down and up, lifting all 10 toes up, and then just trying to tap the pinky toe out. All right, so just the pinky toes, really trying to, again, bring that awareness all the way up here, all the way from the farthest point from your body is your feet, right? So really just feeling into the muscles, bones, joints, connective tissues down here. And you can relax the toes as you feel ready, lifting up the heels, one heel up, the other heel up. Breathing, nice deep cleansing breaths, breathing in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. So invite in a little sound to move some energy around, okay? As you feel ready, you can bring both heels down and then just start to do a few calf raises, so lifting up and down. And again, just kind of drawing the energy from the bottom up, so activating this body. Saying, hi, hello, how are you? How can I help you? You're doing great. I love you so much. Really appreciate you. All of those little affirmations that we can start to send into the physical body. Girly, it's going to change some things. When you feel ready, we can bring both heels down, maybe shake it out a little bit. Bringing the hands to the thighs and sitting down like you would as if you were about to sit in a chair. Let's tuck that tailbone out if you standing cat cows. If you'd like to sync up movement with breath, that's an inhale. As you extend the tailbone out, lift the heart up, exhale. As you round the spine and tuck the chin down. Okay, so inhaling and exhaling as we round, kind of getting into the spine, really allowing this to feel good. And just taking these flexion and extension to whatever extent that you would like, all right? Let's toe heel the feet out a little bit wider, dropping one shoulder down, maybe bringing the gaze up, dropping the other shoulder down, just moving through this. As you feel ready, let's come back to center, toe heeling the feet in. So they're about hip distance apart. This time I'd like you to place your hand on your tailbone. Get situated with this part of your body, all right? And then tuck the tailbone under just slightly. Okay, so it's not quite extending out, it's not quite tucking in, it's somewhere in between as we head into chair pose. Start breathing. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. And then sinking down, we want to make sure that the knees are tracking over the toes, so you might have a little bit of a natural turnout, might feel more like goddess stance, but really practice feeling into all four corners of your feet. We have equal weight distribution in the feet. As we sink down, the knees are tracking over the toes. We never want to rotate that knee joint, okay? And then as we sink down Envision your glutes really coming online. They really start to activate. We really pull up from the quads. The hands can come to prayer. Okay, you can keep them at wherever they want to be, all right, wherever they intuitively kind of land. If you'd like to try lifting the heels up and sinking down a little bit farther, you can try that as well. But again, this is all in an effort to get into this body. Are you feeling this body? Say, hey, what's up? Thank you. Thank you, quads. Thank you, legs. Thank you, feet and ankles. Love you. Bringing those heels back down. Whew. Standing up, taking some nice big hip circles. Nice wide hip circles. You can start to widen the stance a little bit, maybe having the feet out at 45-degree angles. And as the heat starts to build, as the pressure starts to build, just staying connected with that breath. And you are so welcome and encouraged to make sound, again, in an effort to move the energy a little bit, okay? As you feel ready, nice wide stance. We're heading into goddess pose. You're welcome. Getting into the pelvic floor, sacral chakra, inner thighs. Feet are at 45-degree angles. As we bend the knees and as we sink down, try to lift the soles of your feet. Lift the big thumb toes up, pressing into the pinky edges of your feet. Okay, so finding some nice long length on the inhale. Exhale as we sink it down. Inhaling as we come up. If you'd like to bring a little self-touch in, exhale as we come down. Inhaling as we come up, exhaling as we come down. A couple more. Feel into this body. You are so capable of being in this body. Come down and hold here in goddess pose. Make sure that that tailbone is tucking underneath you until we start to feel an opening, kind of in the hip flexors, inner thighs. Surf this out a little bit. Wherever the arms want to go, let it be so. Shifting a little bit side to side and then holding right in the center. In yoga, they call it Mula Bandha. It's like you're trying to stop the flow of urination from happening right in the pelvic floor. You're never too old or too young to start to strengthen some of these muscles. As we breathe, as we lift up and sink down. So it's a lifting up, it's a sinking down, it's a drawing in. So many different things are happening right here. And we're breathing. And we're feeling the power in goddess pose. If you'd like, you can reach the arms out, open. Another nice deep breath in. Exhale, side out, come on up. Nice big circles with the hips. Nice. You can toe heel those feet in a little bit closer. Okay, we'll head into a little bit of a sweep sequence. So inhaling as we reach both arms up, and then exhale, come down, drop the head, sweep the arms back behind you. So inhaling as we reach, exhaling as we sweep down. Inhaling as we reach, exhale down. Again, sweeping your space clean. Anything that you're ready kind of to let go and release from. Just doing so here. Anything that might be bogging you down, dragging you down, keeping you out of the present moment. Try to bring it back here. Holding this next one all the way up. Swan diving the arms out to the sides. Nice. I'm going to mirror you for this next one. Left hand, left hip, right arm reaches up and over. Nice side body stretch here. Reaching up and down, switching sides. Inhale as we reach. Exhale as we dive over. One more either side as we sweep it down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling over. Coming all the way down. Inhaling as we reach. And exhaling as we sweep down. Nice. All right, from here, let's bring the hands to the hips. Start to hip hinge forward, stick the tailbone out. We are heading into half lift. If you're familiar with half lift, think of it just like you would a deadlift, all right? So as we meet in our deadlift, think about the crown of the head as being pulled forward, all right? You can have a nice bend to the knees here if you'd like. And then reaching the arms out in front of you and making this little grip with your fingers as we start to engage the core. Not the most comfortable, all good. But if you'd like, so I have all of the fingers kind of interlaced except for the index fingers, bringing the hands over to your left shoulder, reaching and doing that over on the other side. Okay, so this is really for the spine, the core, the sacral chakra, or sorry, the solar plexus chakra. Kind of reaching forward, tapping the shoulders. Again, this is all just a little bit of a reset. Inhaling as we find length, exhaling as we tap the shoulders. Let's reach both arms all the way out. And then exhale, standing forward, full, just really rounding the spine, reaching down. Maybe you have a couple blocks in your space. Hanging out upside down, letting the head go. So shaking the head, yes, shaking the head, no. I like to think of this as kind of like grounding the mind, grounding the head, coming back to the present. So easy for us to spiral into the future and obsess about the past. So giving ourselves some time to really arrive and ground here. Shaking the head, yes. Shaking the head, no. Bending at the knees, slowly rising to stand, tucking the tailbone under as you do so. All right. Interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms forward, tucking the chin down, and then bringing the palms to your rib cage, elbows back, and heart lifts. So this is our inhale. Exhale, we round the spine, the upper part of the spine. Inhaling as we open up through the heart. Exhaling as we round. Inhaling as we open. Exhaling as we round. One more of those. Big breath in. You made it this far, right? Exhaling as we round. Oh, beautiful. Coming back to center and then just shaking the arms out. Shake, 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 shake. Bending at the knees and starting to bounce. Okay, so bounce, 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 bounce. If you can imagine, there's like a line that's going from the crown of your head kind of all the way down. We're letting everything go. So notice if you brace, if you like tense up certain parts of your body because you don't want them to move. Let it go. Let everything go. Deep breath in. Exhale. All right, we got to be okay with looking and sounding and feeling a little weird. It's okay. Shaking it out. As you feel ready, just coming back to center, stopping with the shakes, bringing the hands together, really starting to create a little bit of friction, a little bit of heat, and then anything that you'd like to generate here. Okay, so for me, that would be presence. I guess so really trying without the chords of perfection, but trying to stay present to the moment. All right. So whatever that is for you, maybe it's acceptance, kindness, patience. Choose a word. Calling that in here. And then start to brush that onto your body. You can also envision brushing something off. Doesn't really matter. But again, the self-touch is big in a somatic practice, right? And for us to really get into the body and out of the head, let's save the head for last if we can, moving all the way down. No part gets left behind. Coming all the way down, tops of the feet, maybe even the soles of the feet. The back, the shoulders. And then as we get up to the head, you can continue to brush or you can tap. So bringing the fingertips up to the forehead and just tapping here. And you can notice I'm kind of moving around like I'm moving. You're welcome to stay still. At this point, we're really just continuing to feel into what other things want to come through for you. Okay, it could be very different from what I'm doing right now. If that's the case, then baby, you follow that thread, all right? So tapping the crown of the head, tapping the back of the head, tap, 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 tap. Shout out to the mind. You're working so hard. Love you so much. Just bringing and inviting in a little relief for the mind. Tapping all over the face, the ears, back of the neck, back of the head, sending a little relief right to the amygdala, all right? Tapping the third eye, space in between the eyebrows, your seat of intuition. And then as you feel ready, bringing the arms down. If there's any other parts of the body that you feel you would like to move and feel into and stretch into, continue to do that, all right? If you would like to round this out, bringing one hand to the navel, maybe one hand to the heart. Again, relaxing through any parts of the body right now that might have started to brace, tighten, tense up. Let it go and breathe fully in through both nostrils. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Thank you for participating in this practice. Thank your body, thank your mind, thank your soul for inviting in a little movement, all right? Getting back into whatever you were doing, but hopefully we feel a little bit more present and grounded in this beautiful physical vessel that we get to embody in this lifetime. How lucky are we? Thank you.